Hello and welcome to episode 33 of the All Things Leeds podcast by myself, Ed McIntyre. And sat opposite me is, as always, my co-host, Charles Foster. How are you, Charles?
I'm okay, mate. Feeling a bit rough this morning, but yeah. Glad to be here.
You're hungover, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Well, are you good anyway? Are you good?
I'm good.
Good.
Yourself?
Yeah, I'm not bad, thank you.
Nice one.
Well, me and Charles are joined in the studio by a big Leeds fan, friend of the show. He goes by the name Leeds United Mad on Twitter, is Kev Markey. How are you, Kev?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I'm not hungover by any means, but I wish I was, Charles,
you really don't.
It looks amazing.
I mean, you probably had a good night, didn't you?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it's good to see you, though, Kev.
Episode 33, is it?
Yes, 33.
I think last time I was on was episode 13.
Yeah, it was.
You haven't asked me on in 20 episodes. What's going on?
we did organise this, though, quite a number of weeks ago.
Your availability, clearly.
Obviously, I'm a busy lad, yeah.
Yeah, you're very busy. But it's good to see you. It's really good to see you.
Be back,
Thank you for coming
in. To be back.
In this episode, we will, of course, discuss Saturday's disappointing game. Leeds United losing 1-0 to Swansea City in the top of the table clash at Elland Road. We'll also go over the Leeds United under-23s as well, as they also managed to only draw 0-0 with Bristol City at Elland Road on Sunday, despite playing a strong squad. Quite a lot of players have left Leeds United recently, so we'll have a look at those transfers as well. No Leeds United first team game, at least, to look forward to this week, as it is the international break, so we'll discuss England and upcoming games, as well as look at the Leeds United players who are going away on international duty as well. Plenty coming up here on the All Things Leeds podcast. Well, starting with Saturday's game then, it was the big one. First versus second, top of table clash at Elland Road, and it finished Leeds United 0, Swansea City 1. It wasn't great, and Charles, it was the same old, really, wasn't it? We dominated possession, but just struggled to put away our chances, and at the end, it cost us big time.
I was getting massissive shades of that Sheffield United game at home last season, where it was a big 6-pointer we needed to win, and we just never quite. I know Kev reckons we played quite well. I don't think we were really at it. I mean, there was a few chances, but we only had 3 shots on target for all those for 21 attempts. I don't think there weren't enough kind of clear-cut efforts on goal.
Yeah.
And I thought after the half time, I thought we were worse. To be fair, I thought we were better in the first half than the second half.
Yeah, I thought we were brilliant in that first half. To be honest, we did dominate possession, but as you said, we struggled to put away any chances. Bamford missed a great couple of chances. Alioski as well in the opening 8 minutes missed 2 efforts.
Blasted one over the bar.
Yeah,
I thought he was definitely going to score.
We nearly got an own goal in the first 30 seconds. So.
Yeah, we did as well. Van der
if that had
Horn,
gone in,
wasn't it?
Sky's the limit after that, I thought.
Yeah.
Just getting that first goal, but never happened.
That'd have been really funny if that had gone in.
It would have been great when it Van der Horn scoring an own goal.
I mean, the South Stand were having a go at the keeper for that, but if it had gone in, it'd been even worse.
Yeah.
Just the one change in the starting 11 from the side that played in that 3-0 win away at Stoke the week before. Cooper in for Bavardi. I didn't think that surprised anyone. Bielsa did say before the game that everyone was fit, obviously apart from Tyler Roberts and Luke Ayling, who are still out. They did return to training last week, though, so hopefully they're back very soon.
If he's fit these days, you pick him because he's the skipper as well, and he has been formidable in the last sort of few months, I think.
Yeah.
He's been here 5 years now, one of Hockaday's best signings, I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Him and Billy Sharp in the first couple of weeks or whatever. What happened to Billy Sharp? Anyway. Cooper.
Don't talk about Billy Sharp.
Cooper always gets the nod, and White is just amazing. So those two are quite a formidable partnership at centre back, I think.
Yeah, they're brilliant. But Luke and Tyler Roberts, hopefully they're back soon, returning to training last week. I do think that those two may struggle to get into that first team, though. We are playing well, especially Dallas at right back. Maybe Tyler Roberts could fit into that number 10 role quite easily at the moment. But hopefully they are back soon. It'll be good to have those options again. But the first half, we were clearly the better team. We were the better team, created the most chances, but as Charles alluded to, we didn't create anything clear-cut, really.
They had a really deep block going on where their full-backs and the centre-backs were so tight and together, so we're forcing us out wide, and we're having to continually cross in against Van der Horn, who would just win everything in the air. It happened to us a few times last season, like Birmingham did that as well, and kind of choked the life out of us because we couldn't really get any kind of forward movement going. And there was one point where Van der Horn sprinted about 30 yards. He picked up the ball and everyone was marking somebody else, and he just ran the length of the pitch.
Yeah, and I think Calvin Phillips, he ended up...
he fouled, he had to foul him.
And Calvin Phillips at that point as well was carrying a knock.
He was playing on one leg for about
he got fouled
20 minutes.
And it was kind of a common theme in the game where one of our players would get fouled and nothing would happen.
Yeah.
He got basically elbowed in the face in mid-air, and no foul. Not even nothing.
Yeah, another strange refereeing performance, I thought, which is par for the course in front of 35,000 fans. You know, he's got to be the star of the show, and that obviously he wasn't, but he was a part of the show. But
a lot of referees just bottle it though.
Yeah,
they give all the decisions to the away crowd because they feel like that if they kind of fall to the pressure, then they're going to get called out even more. You know, of the home support. And
there is something against Leeds, though, isn't there? I do believe in that theory that there is something against Leeds.
Hark back to the Forest game when Dallas got absolutely poleaxed in the area by Jack Robinson.
Should have had about 5 penalties in that Nottingham Forest game.
One would have done, but he didn't give any, did he?
Exactly.
So it makes you wonder if it's the pressure of the crowd or...
So home form is poor at the moment.
Yeah.
We've only won...
We only beat Sheff Wednesday, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we only beat Brentford the other week. It's only 2 wins in about 6 home games, which is pretty poor,
All of it's Leeds United are bringing the publicity to the AFL, and the EFL want us to
we play so much better away from home for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It is weird. We do play better away from home, and you know, so right now we've dropped 5 points all season, all at home. We've scored plenty of goals away from home, but only scored just
at home.
just 2
the
at home.
onus is on the home team, obviously, to play the football, innit? And you just sort of away team, you just sit back and wait for your opportunities. But
do you think there's a big pressure though of the players playing at Elland Road? I mean, I remember Lewis Cook last season did say that playing at Leeds, it did feel like the crowd was on top of him at times, especially when things don't go well. You misplace a pass, and the Leeds United fans are on your back.
Cook said,
So
well, he
is
played
there
under
pressure?
Steve Evans and stuff. So there was a lot of pressure going on in those days. Anyway,
he was absolutely crap, Steve Evans.
Yeah, but it is unusual though, isn't it? It is unusual.
But when you're playing under Bielsa, you should be relaxed at home and everybody's on your side. Look at Bamford; he got subbed on Saturday, still singing his name. You have to walk right round.
He walked around the stadium, which you got to leave at the closest point.
Yeah. By the time he got to the bench, everybody forgotten he'd been subbed. Oh, he's there, yeah.
Which the Swansea players totally ignored. They took the longest possible amount of time to leave the pitch.
Yeah,
and they got subbed.
I thought we were nice before the game. We were sort of switching, sort of changed subject slightly when AU went up to Bielsa, gave him a big hug.
Oh, that was nice.
From the days in Marseille, and what a good player he is as well. He was
to be fair, I'll be honest, I was slagging him off a bit from the stand, but then again, I was having a go at all their players.
Yeah. But it just shows you Bielsa, like how much of an impact he's had on his former players, that Jordan Ayew or Andre Ayew has gone up to him. Yeah.
One of the brothers.
One of the Ayews.
I was laughing after the game. Well, I wasn't laughing. I was on the Sunday when Steve Cooper was saying, "Oh yeah, if you exploit Leeds in a certain way, there's ways of doing it."
Well, if he didn't win, he wouldn't be saying that.
Yeah. I thought to myself, yes, Steve, the way you were playing, defend for 90 minutes, then go forward, waste as much time as you like, and get the scrappiest goal you can in injury time, then win the game.
It worked for Forest.
If that's a good tactic, then brilliant, well done. But I think he was sort of bigging himself up, obviously, because he's a new.
He mentioned
manager.
the man marking system. He said that basically there's spaces to exploit because Leeds always man mark everyone in midfield. So if you have a kind of defender like a Van der Hoorn, like a Ben White, who's willing to range forward, then you can gain a lot of ground. Because I think that is a weakness of the system. I think we let people run through us at times, and we don't really put enough challenges in for me. But
controversial.
Controversial. I don't think we do.
Slating Bielsa's tactics here.
No, I'm not slating him.
Well, I bought my laptop in today for a reason. There's obviously there's stats flying about everywhere at the moment, and everybody goes on about these. You've heard of the XG and the expected goals ratio.
Yeah, ours is mentally high.
It is mentally high. Everything about our stats is mentally high. And last season we had everything apart from the crucial goal element, and we should have been promoted, obviously. And they're saying the same thing this season now, that we're actually not providing teams with as many chances as last season. We've tightened up in the defence. Would you believe? Things are getting tighter, and we are
because Ben White is the best centre back I've ever seen,
and we are creating even more chances. But we're not. It's the same old failing.
Conversion.
We're just not putting them away. And they're on about Calvin Phillips being the Championship's top tackler. Well, obviously he's got a lot of work to do in that Leeds midfield, and I thought he was awesome on Saturday.
He had a lot to do.
Even though he got injured, I mean, most players would have probably gone off and thought, that's it, I'll save myself till...
I think that's why, it was pretty much like the 45th minute when we had to take a corner, and he said to Pablo, right, you have to take that, because I think his legs were a bit...
But this is this that I like is, it should be more profitable. I know Bielsa's team average 17.7 shots per game in the Championship this season, obviously the most in the division. It's one more than West Brom, which obviously they're not far behind. And we've also averaged the most shots on target in the division, 5.2 per game. But in this regard, they're tied at the top with Fulham of being the most efficient with their efforts. And Patrick Bamford's average of 3.7 shots per game is the joint most in the league, alongside Hull City's Jared Bowen and Brentford's Sergio Canos.
Wow.
So...
I hate Sergio Canos.
People moan about Bamford not getting shots. He's getting shots in. He's just not converting the chances that he's getting, which is disappointing.
Yeah, as we said,
Harrison and Bamford have the opposite problem, because Bamford's got a touch like a trampoline, and whenever the ball goes near Harrison, he brings it down immediately.
Oh, Harrison's first touch is brilliant. But as we were saying, Bamford missed really good opportunities in the first half. 2 headers. There were one where Dallas, really good work on the right. It was around the 16-minute mark. Dallas, really good work on the right. Crossed it into the near post, and Bamford, about 4-5 yards out, just blasted his header wide.
The cross was rising a bit. It wasn't...
I thought the cross was really good. I thought Dallas did really well on that right side.
It found him well, but it was rising, so it was kind of difficult to bring it down.
The best part of the analysis, which I'm getting to now, is based on our performance data of the season so far. Data analysts, whoever they are backing Leeds to get promoted if they can maintain the level they were at in the first 6 games, which is far and away ahead of any other Championship side. So they've got us on. They're unconvinced by Charlton's flying start because they don't think it's sustainable. Oh. So there's no need to panic for Leeds fans, it says. At the moment, we're on top with 98, which I presume is the points the garnish that we should get.
We're not going to get 98.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Fulham are going to be second.
Never happening.
Fulham are going to be second on 79. So we've done it, lads.
Yeah. 79 is going to play playoff points.
Yeah, we've done it. We've done
the
it already.
Stats say we've done it. I'm going to close that now and say, let's sit back and enjoy the season.
We're not going to win the league by 19 points. That's insane.
No.
Should we just not play the last 4 games?
No, but what they're saying in the first 6 games, we're doing what we did last season, but we're not giving away as many chances as we did last season. We've only conceded 3 goals. 3 of the softest goals you can imagine. That Bristol City effort, that should have been stopped.
Yeah.
The scruffy goal, grab and score, God knows.
I don't know how that went in.
He fouled Cooper to get the corner in the first place, but that's by the by. And obviously Saturday was... Swansea been beating sides by 3 goals to whatever most of the season so far. They beat Cambridge 6-0 during the week, and to get that sort of scrappy goal to win the game, that was the galling thing about the game.
In the 90th minute as well.
If somebody had got a smasher from about 25 yards, you go, oh wow, what a goal! You'd gone home thinking, well, you can't really legislate for that, can you?
Yeah, exactly.
But for such a scrappy goal like that to lose to, after you dominated the game for so long.
Exactly. We might as well discuss the goal that we conceded then.
They all came from set pieces, didn't they? All 3 goals we conceded in the league. Because the Bristol City one, I think, came from a free kick. The Forest one was a corner, and the one at the weekend came from not directly, but indirectly from a corner.
Yeah. We might as well discuss the goal that we conceded on Saturday then. Of course, last minute, just awful defending from the set piece. We half cleared it. Swansea got the ball back into the box, and Wayne Routley, on return, just pivoted the ball into the bottom left-hand corner, in off the post, and Swansea walk away with 3 points. But we're just really disappointing. Yeah, Kev, as you say, if they had scored a screamer, then I think you'd just hold your hands up.
They would have screamed because I was screaming my head off. So.
I think everyone was. I think everyone was screaming. I think, yeah.
Yeah, but Wayne Routley, he's a decent player anyway. Let's face it. So he would have been on the pitch 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. I was up in the gantry on Saturday, and Norman Hunter was next to me, and as soon as Swansea scored, Norman Hunter just got up and went, "Lucky bastards!" It was hilarious.
That would have been a good headline in Sunday Papers.
They were proper spawning.
Yeah.
They really were.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was galling about Steve Cooper's comments afterwards, as if he planned everything out to a T, that they'd score it, when they got a chance.
Yeah,
which they did.
He's such a weird-looking human, isn't it? Steve Cooper? He's just got a strange face.
Yeah.
doesn't he?
He's a strange-looking lad, isn't he? Like he's been on a bit like you this morning, a bit, Charles. You know?
Yeah.
Looks like he's been on a bender all night.
I don't think.
Well, he has.
I'd have to go on a few benders to look like Steve.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to sort of compare you sort of face to face, Blake. You know, but I'm just sorry. But he is a strange-looking lad. Yeah, but.
He looks like a Picasso painting. Nothing in his face is in proportion.
No.
Come on now, Charles. Come on, let's stop slating Cooper. We did play well in this game, though. We did play really well. First half, I felt as
the game should have been outside. Let's face it.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned
we
it.
could have got an own goal. Alioski had a great chance.
He had two great chances.
If he'd have shot straight, he'd made the keeper work at least for it.
And those two chances, they happened in the first 8 minutes. One just
Hernandez is trying to walk stuff into the back of the net.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to slag Pablo any time in his career because he's been brilliant for us, but maybe he was trying that bit harder against Swansea as well. I don't know, but
I thought Hernandez had another poor game, and especially when he goes into the centre, he just doesn't seem like the same Pablo Hernandez who is on the wing.
Like you said earlier, though, maybe there is room for the calling for Costa to start a game now, maybe, and even Eddie and NkGhTg maybe to start as well. But I think he tried playing NkGhTg up front, didn't he, with the Bamford at Brentford. They both sort of.
Yeah, he says he'll play two up front.
So it's possible it could happen, but I don't think he's going to throw his formation out the window just yet.
He says when the time's right against the right team.
If you look at all the games in isolation, Bielsa is perfectly right in what he says. We should have won all 6 games, really. Let's face it. But
if we repeat this form for the rest of the season, winning 4, drawing 1, losing 1, we'll win the league by a mile.
Yeah, 98 points.
The closest
by 19 points.
The closest Leeds United came to a goal was just before half time. The game, of course, it was 0-0 at half time, but Cooper meeting Pablo Hernandez's corner, and his header crashed off the crossbar.
Yeah, that was
and then on the
a
rebound,
great time to get the goal, wasn't it?
That would be a great time just before half time. Momentum,
and they
was with
deserved
us.
it. They should have been about 2 up by then.
Yeah, we should have.
It's just that old failing from last season. We're not clinical enough when we get the challenge. I mean, Swansea obviously are a good team. Let's face it. They're not top of the league for.
I thought they defended well. I didn't think they attacked well.
No, they didn't.
I didn't think
the only chances they had were Grimes' free kick that went on in the side netting.
Yeah.
And they had another free kick later, which went nowhere.
They had about 10 free kicks. It felt like anyway on kind of the edge of the D.
Yeah.
No, not the edge of the D. You know the just past the halfway line kind of circle. And in fact, there were loads of free kicks just there. And there was one where Grimes had hit the wall, and then he hit the rebound, which it was one of the only saves Casilla had to make.
Yeah.
But you could tell by the celebration on their bench after the game, or when they scored.
It looked like they won the Champions League final.
Yeah, they were celebrating like they've already won promotion. You're 6 games in. Calm down, guys. Calm down.
That's why I'm hoping, in a way, that it's going to be a repeat of what we did to Norwich. You know what, early part of last season, we actually absolutely buried them at their place, didn't we?
Yeah.
Then when they came to Elland Road, they got the comeuppance, and hopefully Swansea will get theirs when we go to the Liberty.
Swansea were celebrating like they've already won the league. They need to calm down.
Swansea didn't batter us like we battered Norwich.
No, they didn't, no.
But Swansea take home.
Result-wise, I'm on more than performance-wise. Yeah.
But Swansea do take home the We Beat Leeds Away trophy, which I'm sure exists.
I think they've got a DVD out this week as well.
Yeah, poorly.
All right, lads. Enough of the bitterness.
And a T-shirt.
We got beat.
Of course, Eddie Nketiah, he came on 61 minutes, just a straight swap for Patrick Bamford, which I was quite surprised about. But Eddie Nketiah, I thought he did well when he came on. He got that one chance.
He's got great pace.
He's got unbelievable pace. He had that really good chance within minutes after coming on.
Yeah. He got fouled though.
He had 3 guys on him, didn't he?
He fired the shot over.
And there was one. You notice how many times we would like? I think Costa mainly was sprinting through midfield, and their players would just grab his shirt and throw him away.
Where are you going, mate? Yeah, pull him back.
But Eddie Nketiah, I think he's just something else. He's got so much pace and just causes the defence so many more problems than Bamford for me.
If you compare this season and the last season, I think we've started off better this season, even though points-wise we haven't slightly. Roof and Bamford were never consistently used last season because of injuries and stuff. This time we've got we've got Bamford who's banging in 4 goals so far. And
we're so close to having a fully fit team for the first time.
That's what I mean. It's totally, apart from Ayling and Roberts, we're more or less, there, aren't we?
Yeah,
so.
we got pretty much a full strength team. Swansea, should they have had a penalty in that second half? Surridge going down on around 6-7 minutes.
Dive.
Yeah. It looked like a blatant dive
about
to me.
500 yards away from it.
I saw it. It was a dive.
Yeah.
So it should have been booked.
It looked like a blatant dive for me, but yeah, he didn't get booked. Damon Bondi, he said no penalty, but if it's a no penalty and you think that he's gone down and it's a dive, and book him for simulation.
There was two of them, weren't there? Because there was one where Casilla went to like palm the ball out, and then they were crying for another corner, for another penalty when it wasn't.
Yeah,
because he did win the ball.
What I think is quite funny as well, and Bielsa says, he always respects the referee and the officials, got a tough job and blah blah blah. But in the last couple of games,
they're getting fuming with them.
The officials are coming up to the bench asking them to calm down, or even getting booked. So I don't know what they've been saying to the officials.
I didn't notice Steve Cooper do much.
No,
he just seemed to be stood.
It just seemed to be stood there, just watching, just
looking like a Picasso face.
Helder Costa, he came on for Click on 71 minutes. Should we have brought Helder Costa on earlier, though, Charles? For me, it's a bit late.
In the first minute, start him.
Yeah,
Who for though?
I'd take off Harrison. I thought Harrison had a poor game on Saturday.
Harrison was quite poor, so
Maybe you can't say to Harrison, you're going to have a poor game today, so I'm not going to pick you. Costa, you're in. Because you don't know what Harrison is.
I don't think it was ever going to start.
The thing with Alioski, he's great what he does is Alioski, but he totally ignores Harrison when he plays. I'll cross it because I can cross the ball as well. Instead of passing it to Harrison.
those two make me worried because neither of them realise that one of them's supposed to be playing left back. They're constantly both.
Well, that's what's great though. Look at Swansea. Dallas and Alioski score goals. What the hell are you two left backs scoring goals? It's just the way we play. It's just.
Yeah, but when we get countered, I think.
The Stoke City would. I know Stoke City were poor, but that were absolutely the moves in those games are just absolutely sublime. Weren't they? They were brilliant.
Yeah,
just a shame we couldn't repeat it the weekend.
I do think Costa should have come on early though. Going on with 20 minutes ago, there's not enough time to.
You were bringing him on though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he got warmed up 10 minutes before he came on. Then Harrison did a couple of blinding runs.
Yeah, but he took off
created
quick.
a couple of chances.
Yeah,
he took off. I know, but I thought he was going to be for
the
Harrison.
threat of getting substituted.
Click works hard in that midfield. He gets totally unnoticed on the work he does.
He does.
I think
what the hell's Click done today? But he works his socks off.
I think half at time he's one of our most creative players in the team.
So you can't sometimes you can't just say I'll take him off now because he's sometimes you got to pick and choose when you send Costa on. But I agree in a way that he should be ready to start a game now.
Yeah, absolutely.
After the 2-week period that he's having off, he should be ready for Barnsley or Derby.
Absolutely.
I didn't think Forshaw
mention Derby.
Yeah,
I didn't really think Forshaw.
He had a good effort in the first half.
He got a good write up again, though, saying once again he takes the pressure off the back four a little bit sometimes.
I felt like we were getting counted a bit too easily that time.
Yeah,
because last season the complaint about Forshaw and Phillips is can you really play those two players in a progressive team?
My complaints about Forshaw last season were the fact he only passed it sideways or backwards.
Yeah, but Bielsa loves him though, doesn't he?
Yeah, but Forshaw he didn't miss a good chance.
He would have started last season if he hadn't been injured.
He did miss another good chance in the game as well, though, did Forshaw, blasting a shot on the bar. He's so close to getting a goal, but he's just not coming through.
He had that great chance against Stoke when he just had to chip it over at keeper, but he just shot at him, didn't he? So he's had his chances. Just give it to somebody else, Adam. Pass it.
Yeah, Costa, he did affect the game straight away though. Teed up Hernandez, but his shot went over. And NkGhTg, he missed another good chance as well.
That header was.
That header.
I think we agreed it was a bit of a.
I mean, the keeper ran out. Yeah, the keeper ran out and probably distracted him. But NkGhTg headed it into the side netting. But I
but all he had to do was head it up at keeper, dribble it, and tap it in.
Do you not think if that was
or put it back across the box?
Do you not think think if that was Bamford, everyone would be slating him? Do you not think?
Bamford does get slated if he misses chances.
Yeah, but if Bamford missed that chance that Eddie NkGhTg
do you
not think they'd be saying it was a great chance?
People know that Bamford is the highest paid player in the team with Casilla.
So
once that information comes out, you work him on down the pub. He's getting 45 grand a week and he can't tap in a goal like that. That's the reaction he's going to get.
Yeah,
he's not on 45 grand a week, is Bamford.
No,
it'll be on 30. I think he'll probably be on 30 grand a week.
I mean, no one knows. No one knows, mate. Swansea, of course, did score very late on Wayne Mount, as we talked about. 1-0 at full time. As we mentioned, Swansea celebrated like they had won the league.
They had won the league if it was 6 games.
Yeah.
But
it's not 6 games.
3 points clear at the top of the league, which we'd be buzzing about if we'd have done.
Well, we're not mentioning Charlton though either. Well, the start they've had as well.
Sorry, I'm just watching.
Charlton Like these stats say, what they're doing at the moment is not really sustainable for the rest of the season. But Boy's done a fantastic job to say that he didn't even know he was going to be in a job at the start of the season.
He's been spectacular.
He's linked with Huddersfield as well, which is obviously totally dismissed, which is a good thing to do at the moment. But yeah, he's been...
they just look so
They're under
poor.
the radar, though, the Charlton, because nobody really knows what they're like.
Of
all the teams that got promoted, Charlton squeezed through the playoffs against Sunderland. Barnsley and Luton ran away with it, and they're the two. Well, Barnsley is struggling now after a great start against Fulham. Luton are picking up results now, but Charlton, fair play to them, top two.
Yeah, fair play to them. Of course, we are now third though after that loss. Still on 13 points. 3 points behind Swansea City, who are now the league leaders. And as we mentioned, Lee Bowyer's Charlton, they're in second on 14 points. And I do like Lee Bowyer, and I like the start that they've had, but I just want them to piss off now.
I like
just go away.
I like Lee Bowyer. I'd never go for a drink with him at Majestic, that's for sure.
I
won't go drink with Lee Bowyer. Jesus.
It'd be interesting when he plays Middlesbrough anyway. See if he goes out with Jonathan Woodgate for a drink.
Those two painting the town in Middlesbrough, ruining the place.
I just want Lee Bowyer and Charlton now just to
they will
go
do
away
it.
now.
So it's game.
They're not going to finish second
as well.
Yeah, we play them in a few weeks. So that'll be at Charlton, so it should be a good, interesting.
The Elland Road game is our last game. So
it is indeed.
Hopefully, he can celebrate us winning the league.
Getting 98 points.
It is
and
indeed.
then hopefully not go out with Jonathan Woodgate afterwards.
Everybody's invited.
Of course, that Swansea loss. It was our first loss in the Championship this season. Unbeaten league record has come to an end. Kev, is that a good thing, do you think, having beaten record come to an end? Is it like a weight off our shoulders? Is it less
Not
pressure?
particularly, because we never looked like losing any of the other games, really. I didn't think we looked like losing Saturday. So, but yeah, maybe it's a bit of a monkey off your back. They've lost now. So then we'll go on another good run, hopefully, in September, because August has been our month over the last 3 seasons. We haven't, up to Saturday, we haven't lost a league game in August for 3 seasons. Yeah. Which, we always do well. Last season, we lost at home to Birmingham in September, first defeat. But then we went on another fairly decent run after that. So hopefully we can do the same after Saturday. Won
those 7 games shortly after that in a row. Yeah. But of course, we have heard it's not nice to look at, Charles, but we are only 6 games in. There's no need to panic, is there?
No.
Yeah,
we'll be fine.
We're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up.
As long as we get our home form sorted out, fairly sharpish.
Yeah, we need to sort that out. But
we need to sort that out.
But they didn't kind of fill me with any kind of dread at the weekend. They didn't look that good. If they are top 2 quality, then bring it on.
I mean, I was looking at it thinking like we were dominant in the first half, and I was thinking we're playing like this against a team who are second. Like, Swansea aren't going to say.
Let's face it, I don't think even Swansea fans can believe the second, really.
First now.
The first now, yeah. But prior to the game on Saturday, I think Swansea were just quite happy ticking along.
Well, they've got like the opposite problem to us. Their XG is much lower than their actual goals. They've scored about 8 more goals than their XG suggests. So that kind of says they're just lucky. Like Charlton are quite lucky as well. Their XG is very low, but they are scoring off like very kind of lucky chances. So it will eventually run out. That's why we're going to win the league by 19 points.
hopefully.
At this moment in time.
Yeah. That's going to be a tight little podcast, 19 points.
I mean, Fulham...
the last 5 games, we're going to have nothing to talk about.
When you look at the league, though, over the last few seasons, you've had your Newcastles, your Brightons... Norwich and Sheffield United weren't really fancied at the start of last season.
Wolves kind of were because they spent £19 million on midfield.
That helps. Doesn't it?
I mean, you look at Norwich's start of the last season. We battered them 3-0, and that took us into the international break. And they had a poor start, but they ended up winning the league. So there's no need to panic after that.
And Villa won those 10 games on the bounce, which helped them to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, anything can happen.
But there's no, for me, apart from Leeds, there's no really, really outstanding team in that league this season. Fulham will get their act together eventually, I'm sure. Yeah. But they're a bit like Reading with their passing. Reading a few seasons ago, but understand. It's all right having 80% possession when you're passing it between your back 4 for about half an hour. But overall, you're not creating any chances. At least Leeds are creating. Yeah, we
just need to put them away. We just need to score. That would help us a lot if we can just put away our chances. Of course, it is now the international break for the next 2 weeks. This break coming up, Charles, is this coming at a good time, do you think? Or would you rather the next game just be straight away?
After a defeat,
I don't like stewing on a loss. Yeah, because it's kind of we've lost, and now it's 2 weeks of sitting around thinking, it's a bit crap in it.
Yeah, yeah. But then
we're rubbish.
And I've got to watch pretty qualifiers, which I don't want to watch.
And there's a lot of players going out on international duty as
I
well.
know, so obviously,
a lot.
You've got to worry about them coming back.
The Cookstown Messi's off to his Northern Ireland tour, isn't he? And who else is going? ALAW
yeah,
will be
well,
going.
we'll discuss all the players who are
20.
going on international duty later on. But yeah, I'd agree with you. I think when you lost it is a bit crap just to sit on that for the next 2 weeks. But
to answer the question you asked, Kev, I'm not happy how unbeaten run went to an end. I want it to keep going.
yeah, everyone wants it. No one wants to lose games, but
I would quite happily do a 2004 Arsenal
Yeah.
Invincibles and
I mean,
never lose again.
Looking at those stats, I thought we were going to go 46 games unbeaten.
Realistically, we probably should. If you look at
we had
what-
the best team in the championship by far. I do agree with you, though. You want to get the you want to pick up a win straight away, but then we'd be saying that if we had won the game, you just want to go out and continue winning games.
No, but you could sit back a bit more, sort of being smug against everybody else. We're top of the league.
On the bright side, it does give us 2 weeks to bring our
Everyone
injured
back
players
fit.
back.
And it shows you how well
Yeah.
NkGhTg is playing because he's been called up for the England whatever age
Under
group it
20s,
is.
yeah.
I think he's under 21s. He's in.
So congratulations, Eddie.
Yeah. Of course, the next game is away at Barnsley on Sunday, the 15th of September, 12:30
Away
kick-off
game,
there.
should win.
Is that on TV?
I don't think so.
think it
I
is,
think it's a
no.
different game.
The Wednesday one's been put on TV, hasn't
Yeah, it was impossible
Yeah.
to get tickets for Barnsley away. Absolutely impossible. But yeah, what needs to happen, Kev, before this game? What needs to happen? What do we need to work on?
Well, not a lot, to be fair. I mean, our away form has been imperious, hasn't it, so far this season? But obviously, derby games, you maybe could throw the form book out the window a little bit. But Barnsley, after a great start against Fulham, they've sort of slipped away along, and
Yeah.
they got this Wilkes thing going on as well. You know, he's got.
They've
this,
got all our players, don't they? They've got,
They got all our-
Wilkes.
and you can guarantee if they play against us, they're
Clark Ado.
going to play blinders, aren't they? No, I don't think there's a lot to work on really, other than the finishing.
Yeah,
It's the
we
usual
just
thing.
need to put away chances.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
help a lot. Any changes to the starting 11 for Barnsley? Should Costa and NkGhTg start? I think so. They need to start for me.
I don't know how I could justify. I kind of do want. I want Nketiah to get his. I think he's earned his start.
Yeah.
Personally.
But what do you say to Bamford? All right, 4 goals in 6. Not quite good enough, Paddy.
Yeah, but
And he does all. Is he scoring every away game this season, Bamford?
all his goals have come away from
Yeah.
home. He hasn't scored at home yet.
So why would you drop a striker who's scoring every away game?
Well, just
why
say-
don't there's some talking on Twitter about having a home team and an away team?
yeah.
Costa and Nketiah to play at home.
Bielsa does not like that at all.
No.
For
I think it's stupid.
He
But
speaks for Bielsa.
he don't like changing his system, does
yeah,
he?
what did
He said
say?
it.
Yeah.
Costa hates his idea. Bielsa hates his idea.
No, but he said it before. He hates changing system. He has one system, and he believes in that. And if he wants
But if
players
he goes a
believe
bit
in that.
pear-shaped like he did against Swansea, sometimes you've got to think, well, right, Eddie, you're a great player, but I'm not going to start you until about December.
Yeah, but Costa though, I mean, he has to come in. For me, he'd come in for Jack Harrison.
I
I know
think-
that Jack
no.
Harrison's had a good start to the season so far, but he played poor against Swansea. I don't care if you were good 2 games ago. If you were poor the last game, you're getting dropped and someone else coming in. You need to be more ruthless.
Yeah, but you say that you can't just chop and change every time someone has an okay game. Otherwise,
I just
you'll
think
never get any continuity in the team.
Costa's fitness isn't Bielsa fitness, I don't think. That's why he hasn't got
Yeah.
a team yet. I think he will do. He played in the reserves under 23s on Sunday. I don't know what sort of game he had, but I think the more game time he has, I think the likelihood is he'll start a game soon. But I don't think
Yeah.
he'll start a game until maybe.
Is he in the
October-ish.
Portuguese side?
No.
No.
I mean, he's got Ronaldo, mate.
I know, but he might be on the bench or something for the Portuguese side.
No, I don't think.
Don't
he's,
think so. Don't think so. Well, going on to that under-23s game, of course, Helder Costa started for Leeds against Bristol City at Elland Road last Sunday, that was. Many first-team players were involved.
Including Jack Clark.
Yeah,
He's getting a lot of stick at the moment.
yeah. Tottenham's £10 million signing, just chilling out on 23s.
Because his body language seems to suggest,
He-
what am I doing here?
Because I'm a Premier League player. Well,
Yeah.
you're not.
You're not. You're a championship player still.
For me, he's lost that little Jack Clarkiness. And
He's lost that
illness
spark.
At Middlesbrough.
I saw him outside the
Yeah.
outside the West Stand at the weekend.
Yeah.
When I was coming to meet you and my dad.
Yeah.
He walked past us with some
Not,
bird. It was just in his
after the game.
No, before the game. I knew he wasn't playing. He was definitely him. He was wearing like a red t-shirt and jeans and that.
Yeah.
But it was definitely him, and he was he was just extremely casual.
He's lost that spark
just
now
like
as
all
Jack
his
Clark.
performances recently. Extremely casual.
But many first-team players playing there. We did see this a lot last season, but Charles, do you think that there's a risk there playing all these first teamers, especially the likes of Costa, who only played the day before?
I do think sometimes you get like these 17-year-old kind of youth players that decide it's their kind of destiny to 2-foot Patrick Bamford for no reason in an under 23s game. It happens a lot. You get a lot of weird kind of extremely strong tackles in under 23s games because they've got the kind of no.
Well,
kind of temperance.
Davis was man of the match when he against Stoke in the cup, and he got injured on Sunday.
Yeah,
he did.
He got stretchered off. So
hopefully he's not out for too long. I think Leif Davis is
Great
really
ball
good.
for Costa for that goal, Stoke City.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic assist. Yeah. This under-23s game did finish 0-0, though, unfortunately. We did have a goal without for offside, but the under-23s, they do still look like they're worth watching this season.
Ashley Williams were making his sort of debut, wasn't he, for Bristol City, captaining the team.
Yeah.
I can't believe Ashley Williams is still playing.
Ashley Williams in the under-23s as well.
He's only playing because Ryan Giggs says you don't get back into the Wales team until you get a team side.
So he'll start playing third team. He'll get back in the Wales squad and then just not play anymore.
It's Wales. What are you playing for the what? Third division under 23 team.
Is he even Welsh, or has he just got some kind of Welsh?
Yeah, he's Welsh.
It's called
he's
Williams.
Welsh.
Not everyone called Williams is Welsh. That's a weird generalisation.
Yeah, no.
If you go back through his DNA, his great uncle was Welsh.
This is Jack Charlton rules. For
an Irish Terrier.
Yeah,
no,
Ashley Williams at some point.
Ashley Williams definitely is Welsh. That's mad though. Playing for under-23s for Bristol City, that's crazy. He was playing Premier League football a few seasons ago.
Aldercosta's playing
He
under-23s football as
he
well.
didn't do anything at Everton. Let's face it. Swansea were his team, wasn't he? Really.
Yeah.
So he played well for.
Yeah, absolutely.
So because he played for Swansea.
Yep.
The under-23s though will be following them a lot this season. The games are live streamed on Leeds United social media.
They're good games these days, actually.
Yeah,
they've been playing quite well this season.
And cheap tickets as well, especially when they play at Elland Road. So it's worth going down. I think for like £3.
I miss those reserve games. I used to pop down to the reserve game quite regularly. I was sat next to Fabian Delph one night because he was watching a game with his mate.
Wow.
So you get little moments
Well,
like that.
great.
No, this is about 5 years ago.
I was going to say he's left. He's at Everton now.
Yeah, he's at Elland now.
Yeah.
But this is a while ago. Yeah, but
He just come to watching Leeds under 23s.
When David Weatherall came with his, I think it was the Bradford City reserves. He was coaching that team. Everybody was chatting to him and that. It's just great atmospheres, and you see players that you don't necessarily see a lot in the first team.
Yeah, exactly. It's good too.
I think it's good, but even though it's called the under 23s now, it's a reserve game trying to get your first team players fit in it. Really.
Because they kind of scrapped reserve football, didn't they, a while back?
Yeah, so it's just anyone who needs minutes in there, really. Well, moving on then, and looking at the players who have left Leeds United. A few players departed the club last Monday. It was the second transfer deadline day of the summer, which is just really bizarre. Leeds United get rid of the players who were never really going to break into the first team really quickly, not the wage bill, which I guess is good.
Yeah, who's not fit yet.
I can't believe he's not fit. He broke his leg about 10 years ago. How was he not
Takes
fit?
a while when you get older.
Yeah, he was ages ago. But
Shaughnessy went to Mansfield, didn't he?
Yeah, well, the first one out the door was Lorenz Zabok, of course, 26-year-old Belgian left back.
Yeah, surprising. Sunderland, it's not a bad move for the lad.
It's a really weird move because he's supposed to be going to Greece and now he's gone to Sunderland. I mean,
League One Sunderland. Yeah.
No, but not.
How far away is it from Greece?
The location. He's gone from being stuck in Leeds and not wanting to be here to someone telling him, "Oh yeah, don't worry, mate, you can go live in Greece." To someone turning around and going, "You're actually going to Sunderland."
Yeah.
It's just as hot there.
It is bizarre.
As Greece.
It is bizarre. I mean, it's not like he set English football alight to Bock either. I think he played 7 games for Leeds United and didn't win any of those. It is a weird transfer, but Sunderland needed a left back. That Lorenz Zabok was available.
I always remember him. That was it, Derby away, where he's like,
that's the game.
He cost us both goals.
Yeah. And it's the game people sort of slate him for, the Derby game.
It was just horrendous.
Yeah, he was a poor player.
He was playing under Heckingbottom at the time, so give the lad a bit of rope.
Yeah. Lawrence Bock joined in League One Sunderland on a season-long loan. Vernon Nita has finally left Leeds United. His contract was terminated by mutual consent. Cheers for coming, Vernon. Cheers for coming.
He's been an absolute leech on the club. I bet his wages are high as well.
But Newcastle fans will say, you got a good player there.
Well, it was great. I mean, the season before he joined Leeds, he joined in the summer of 2017, and the season before that, Newcastle had just won the Championship and gone up, but we bring him in. It was a good signing.
We were after Dwight Gill, but we got Anita, didn't we? He wears the biggest shorts I've ever seen in my life.
But just on a massive ass.
I didn't want to say that.
He was smallly slow. He was smallly slow when he had a massive ass. Yeah.
You could see him going down that wing, couldn't you?
Yeah, but the thing is, he came in that summer 2017, free transfer, 3-year deal, and it was great.
To be fair to him, he never played in his proper position.
He's a midfielder, but all we did was play him at right back and left back for some reason. We played him at right back and left back.
He never played in his ideal position.
We played him at left back, and we just got tore apart down our left back. It was.
And he only played there because we didn't rely on Borthwick Jackson.
Yeah,
we just moved to Tranmere.
He's at Tranmere now. Yeah.
Tranmere, yeah.
He was such a lazy player.
Yeah,
Man United pedigree, and he just wasted his career basically, hasn't he?
Well, it's like
I'm sure he's earned a few quid in his time.
What's his bloody name?
Went to Scunthorpe as well.
No, what about Niall Ranger? He's another one who had quite a bit of talent. Who just couldn't be bothered.
And that guy just gone to Sheffield, Ravel Morrison. He's total wasted his talent completely. And he's 28 now, I think.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Wilder's given him another chance at Sheffield.
Personally scouted by he who shall not be named, and something that next Ronaldo in their team, and then just disappeared.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's good to get these wage bills off the finance of the club.
Yeah.
So.
But Vernon's time at Leeds United, that would just be bizarre. He came as a really good midfielder and played him at left back, and he just didn't do anything. So cheers for coming, Vernon, but goodbye now. Conor Shaughnessy, as Kev alluded to earlier, 23-year-old centre back. He's joined League Two side Mansfield Town on a season-long loan.
We saw him, obviously, he got yanked off against Preston in the last season at half time.
Yeah,
a penalty in the first 30 seconds, which to be fair wasn't a penalty, but the referee gave it. I thought the lad had his moment. My brightest moment of him is, remember that ball he put for La Soga against Derby? Slide rule ball. I thought that's a midfield. He was a midfielder, really, wasn't he? Really played midfield for Reading. Yeah, we used him as a centre back.
Yeah, he was very versatile.
That ball to La Soga and he scored. I thought, what an assist that is! Yeah. But potentially, he had loads of potential.
Yeah, I thought it looked good, and I thought he was going to have a really good future.
While, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, I thought it was going to have a really bright future.
I don't think he's ever going to make it at Leeds. I think this loan is just whittling down his contracts, and if Mansfield come in with a reasonable offer, then we'll offload him. I think. Next year. It's
unfortunate because I thought it was a decent player.
I always rated Paddy O'Connor more. I always thought he was a better player.
Yeah, I thought it was good as well. I thought Shaughnessy and O'Connor were all good, but no, they've all gone now.
If you listen, Bielsa, that's what we think.
But those are all the players who have gone recently. I
liked Paddy O'Connor. I liked his attitude against Villa that time.
Oh yeah, he like codgering a headlock.
He's looking at him like this. What? I just tackled you.
proper shit house.
Yeah. Love it. We're going on to the international break then. Leeds United players, both first team and academy players, have been called up to their international teams. Starting with the academy players, under-23 player Ryan Emerson, he's been called up to the England under-19s for their games against Greece and Germany. Good luck to Ryan Emerson there. Yeah, I think that's good for him.
He needs more kind of football, does Edmondson. Otherwise he's going to...
Definitely.
He's not being used.
I'm
surprised he hasn't gone out on loan if he's not using him now.
But he was kind of heavily linked to go somewhere on loan. I don't know where it is. I saw it on...
Yeah, he's a big unit for 18.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter that he was quite highly linked to a League Two team, but the move kind of collapsed. So that'd have been a good move for him because he's already quite a physical lad. But
after watching that Take Us Home documentary, behind the scenes you don't realise what's going on half the time, do you? It's amazing.
But Victor Orr made me laugh in that so much.
He was great.
He cries about everything, doesn't he?
No, when he almost punched the Brentford staff for cheating at Elland Road. That was brilliant.
Yeah. That's a great documentary. But yeah, Ryan Emerson called up to the England under-19, so good luck to him there. Günter Menuskov, he's been called up to Bulgaria's under-21 squad for their Euro qualifiers against Estonia and Russia, which is really good. Midfielder Alfie McCalmont, he's been called up to the Northern Ireland under-21 squad for next month's Euro qualifiers against Malta and Finland. Not really too hard getting called up to the Northern Ireland squad, I'd imagine, but well done.
Bit of an unnecessary side swipe.
Yeah.
But good luck to Alfie.
Sorry, Stuart Dallas.
An international cap, mate.
Alfie McCalmont.
International cap.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
But, good luck to Alfie McCalmont there. And then also Noah Kenneth has been called up to the England under-17 squad.
Is Callum Nicell gone? That's where I saw that somewhere.
I heard it last night. I don't know where, but he's been released or something,
Yeah.
I think McCalmont's been favoured for that kind of role.
Yeah.
It's trimming the whole squad, and not just the first team players, but obviously the under-23s as well. A lot of under-23 players moved on, didn't they? Diaz went as well. He was highly thought of as a centre-back.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, we got rid of plenty of under-23
and
players.
the guy, obviously, what's his name? Tom went to Wigan.
Tom Pearce.
He was highly thought of. I mean, he came from Everton, didn't he? And they were on about wanting him back.
I watched us play that under-23s cup final last year, and he was there with, I think, with his dad, just watching the game.
Yeah.
Obviously not involved, but
well, I say the whole sort of squad's been trimmed from top to bottom, really, which is not a bad thing, I suppose.
Yeah, we cleared up the wage bill and just got the players in who we want, really. But those are the academy players who have gone on international duty. The regular first team players who have been called up to their international sides, starting with Jimmy Shackleton and Jack Clark. They've been called up to the England under-20 squad to face the Netherlands and Switzerland. Striker Eddie Nketiah, he's been called up to the England under-21 squad for the European Championship qualifiers against Turkey and Kosovo, which is brilliant for Nketiah. I think Arsenal fans will be very excited about that as well. Gianni Alioski, he's been called up to the North Macedonia's squad for their Euro 2020 qualifiers against Israel and Latvia. Alioski, wondering if he'll do any...
What position does he play for Macedonia?
I think he's left wing back.
He plays as the team.
Yeah.
He's
just everywhere.
He is their best player by a mile.
It'll be interesting to see if he does any weird defending like he did against Swansea. Don't know if you guys saw that clip against Swansea. Just in the corner, he's shoving his head up some guy's arse there.
Oh, that was weird. That was against. He was trying to tackle Baston, wasn't it? Baston's like 3 times his size.
So he just decided to press his head against his arse and
it worked. He won a free kick, to be fair.
Yeah, he won a free kick, so fair play, Alioski. Stuart Dallas named him Northern Ireland squad for the Euro 2020 qualifiers. He's been incredible, Stuart Dallas, so far. Very well deserved there as Northern Ireland. They take on Luxembourg and Germany.
Earlier, so.
Yeah, that's
his 258th cap, isn't it, Stuart? He's been there so long.
Yeah,
it does feel like he's been playing in the international side for years and years and years now.
Well, he won't play fullback for Northern Ireland.
It'll be weird. It'll be weird to see where he actually plays. Whether he plays right back or
I think he
winger.
plays right mid for Northern Ireland.
He'll be there with Bailey Peacock-Farrell, the third choice keeper at Burnley.
You got him Farrell.
What's his name? Bailey
Peacock-Farrell.
Yeah.
Farrell's that guy who wrote Happy, didn't he, the song?
Pharrell Williams, yeah.
Well, I'm just happy for Peacock, that's all.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah, the third choice goalkeeper at Burnley is him. See,
look,
that's my point.
Didn't want to sit on the bench, so he's sitting on the bench.
He's out of sight, just forgotten his name.
That's my point. Bailey Peacock-Farrell.
Confusing him with musicians.
Yeah, that's my point. Bailey Peacock-Farrell, third choice goalkeeper at Burnley, being called up to Northern Ireland squad. That's my point.
That's the point.
Liam Cooper, he's also been called up to the Scotland squad.
Liam Matt Cooper, yeah.
Finally, Liam Cooper in the Scotland squad. It's a long time coming. He's been brilliant, and Scotland have just never called him up. Finally has.
Strachan called him up a couple of times in the squad.
Probably purely because of the Leeds link, I imagine.
But he never used him. I don't think he thought he were international worthy at the time.
Yeah,
well,
hopefully he is used.
He's probably far better. I mean, obviously they've got Robertson at left back, who's by far their best player.
He's world class, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a world class left back playing
because he won the Champions League last season.
But the rest of their defence is a bit poor, so why not have him in there?
Yeah, exactly. And I hope that he does start Liam Cooper. But congratulations to all those players who've been called up to their international squads. Just don't come back injured. That's all I'll say. Just don't come back injured.
See, it always confuses me because Scotland's 3 best players are all left backs because they've got Kieran Tierney and
There's no problem on the left.
Barry Douglas, don't they?
Yeah, Barry Douglas, of course. Yeah.
He didn't get called up because there's no point because he's
No
not going to
need.
play over Robertson.
Can you play another position, Barry? No. All
No.
right, sorry, mate.
I can barely play left back.
But yeah, good luck to all those on international duty. Just don't come back injured. Please just look after
Watching
yourselves.
Kessie like do his ACL while
please,
for England.
don't say
Just
that.
don't get injured, please. We need you. We
Might
need
get
you.
Ruth back on loan.
Yeah.
If you don't mind working for a worse tactician in a company.
Well, on to England's first team then, and they've got 2 games coming up. This is the games are against Bulgarians. That's on Saturday at Wembley, 5 p.m. kickoff for that one. Will we all be watching
Are they
that?
just friendlies, these?
No, you have a 2020 qualifiers.
Both
All
of
these,
them?
both of them. Yes.
It'll
So
probably
why
be one of
is he
those.
playing Tyrone Mings then?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question anyway.
Never.
Why is he playing Tyrone
is that a
Mings?
name or a statement? Tyrone Mings.
It's just that was bizarre.
That's
Wasn't
proper dad jokes. That. But yeah, I don't know why Tyrone Mings has been called. I watched that. It's probably going to be one of those games. We're going to win 1-0. It's going to be one of those grind out kind of awful games.
Yeah.
We're talking about a player who couldn't get into the Bournemouth team a year ago. He plays in the Championship with Villa. Plays okay. Now they're in the Premier League.
I think
he's getting called up for England.
Credit where credit's due. He was very good in the Championship, but I'm not sure he'll cut it for England. I
No.
don't know why. I think we just called him because our rest of our centre backs are. John Stones isn't really playing at the moment, is he?
No.
Obviously, Harry Maguire plays for Scum now, so
Gary Cahill might as well retire.
Gary Cahill. Where does he play for now?
Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Palace,
He might as well retire.
We had that incident with Grealish didn't we, the weekend.
Yeah. Grealish.
Incident.
Who's
That was hilarious, wasn't it?
Phil Jagielka isn't getting called up anymore. Thank God for that.
You might get a chance.
I'd rather play Tyrone Mings than Phil
Back at
Jagielka.
Sheffield.
Yeah. But yeah, England playing Bulgaria on Saturday at Wembley, 5 p.m. kickoff there, and then they play Kosovo also at Wembley on Tuesday night, 7:45 p.m. kickoff. We'll be
Should be 2 W's there, 2 wins.
yeah, we'll be watching them both.
Well, England never win and never lose these games, do they? So you
No.
can pick away
We're
one
always really good in qualifiers. We always qualify by a mile.
And then we always bottle it in
Even
the
under
tournaments.
Ericsson.
Yeah.
Even Sam Allardyce has got a decent record qualifying, hasn't he?
Who did
One
it?
win in one
Who
game, yeah.
Was it Steve McLaren that didn't? Was like one of the only managers that did not
Croatia,
qualify?
wasn't it? Yeah. They needed a draw against Croatia and lost 3-2.
With England's golden generation. That's how crap
And he had
Steve
his,
McLaren
he had his
actually is.
umbrella up as well because it was raining.
Yeah, the Wally with a brother.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Yeah. But yeah, we should win both these games, should England, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Really. Score prediction, Charles?
Kosovo's probably going to be like a 3-0. I reckon the Bulgaria one will probably be like 1-0 or something horrible and grinded.
Harry Kane 1-0. Kev?
Yeah, a couple of 2-0.
Actually, no, I reckon Sterling will score.
Yeah.
A couple of 2-0.
He's in good form at the moment.
Yeah.
A couple of 2-0 wins there, I reckon, just to get Gareth. It was 49 today, by the way. Happy birthday, Gareth. And it'd be a nice,
Big Gareth Southgate.
nice birthday celebration for him, won't it?
Yeah.
Southgate, you're the one, mate.
You're the one that we want.
Yeah. I think it'll go 1-0 in both these games. Harry Kane scoring.
Probably penalties.
A
Yeah.
dodgy penalty.
Yeah.
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 I'm not. I know it's the Leeds podcast, but what do you two think of that penalty decision at the weekend?
Well, against Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it and I thought that's a bit soft, but then when Xhaka comes in the back of him, just pushes him over.
I think
That's a foul, isn't it?
I think anywhere else on the pitch it'll be a foul, but because it's in the area, referees thought Harry Kane's looking for that and just giving it
I
the
think
other way.
he didn't get that one against Newcastle, which looked like it could have been a penalty as well. I mean, he must have thought, I'll have another go. Didn't get that one out.
Oh, yeah, that was Lascelles, wasn't it? Lascelles just basically nutted his
very
feet.
similar, yeah.
Yeah.
The other guy was sort of falling over a little bit, though, wasn't he? So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Trusting VAR, is that what I say?
I think VAR's just
Sod that.
yeah. We
I'm so glad the Championship don't have VAR.
yeah.
We'd have had 5 penalties against Forest if we had.
Oh, to be fair, yeah, we would. I think we'd have given away a couple as well.
Yeah, I mean, to
Maybe
be honest,
so,
we probably won't get any penalties with VAR. VAR just seems to be rubbish. It's even getting decisions wrong.
It's so inconsistently applied.
Yeah.
I think it's a big fault now because of that Man City goal that was disallowed in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
Because it skimmed somebody's arm.
Yeah.
Big deal.
No, it's the new rule, isn't it? The new handball rule. If it touches a defender's arm, even accidentally, it's and that results in a goal. Well, not in just results in a goal, it leads to a goal, which it did, then it's not allowed.
And all it is a referee stuck at Stockley Park making a decision like he would on the field anyway. So what is VAR?
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. But that's another topic for
In
another day's
in
VAR.
all previous seasons, though, that would have been given. That would have been a goal.
Yeah.
We can discuss VAR a lot when
We don't
Leeds
use
United
it, so
finally.
who cares?
When
So,
Leeds United get promoted this year, and we're in the Premier League next year, then we can
yeah.
talk about VAR. It's not an if, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Well, that does bring us to the end of episode 33 of the All Things Leeds podcast. Thank you very much to Charles, as always, for joining me in the studio.
Cheers for having me, mate.
And thank you very much to Kev for
Thank
coming
you
along
for
as well.
inviting me, and I'll see you on episode 63 when we won promotion.
Yeah, I tell you what, we'll have you on the promotion one. If we get promoted, we'll have you on the promotion podcast.
Thank you, guys.
On the promotion party, yeah.
I'll just remind Charles it's Tuesday as well.
What do you mean?
Tuesday.
Yeah, just in case he forgets. Yeah, a bit of a hangover from last night.
Oh yeah, I'm
It's Tuesday.
If it's a promotion party, I'm definitely going to be hungover. That's going to happen.
We're all going to be hungover.
Just do a drunk podcast, yeah. Thank you very much to everyone who has listened as well, or watched. You can watch on YouTube and Facebook as well. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed them, why not subscribe or follow the podcast? Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts if you're listening on there. Make sure to follow All Things Leeds on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Search up All Things Leeds 1 on Twitter and Instagram. Search up All Things Leeds on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well if you have not already. Me and Charles, we will be back next week, but for now, take care and we'll see you later.